Hey, how you doing? Justin here to tell you what you should be practicing for Module 18. Really hope you've enjoyed all the stuff we've been covered here. Some really good fun things. Definitely don't be in a hurry to jump past this one. Make sure you have a good time exploring your open tunings and practicing your solo blues piece and stuff. There's not much point in doing these things if you don't learn them properly. Like that, you can actually memorize them and do them well. So please do heed my advice. Don't be in a hurry to move on to new things. Few things done really well, much more useful on guitar. Technique. You got 2 5-minute slots. You're probably going to be doing the minor pentatonic legato thing for 5 minutes. And in the other slot, you might be doing target notes with your picking, or you could be doing more finger jam. See what things you feel you need for the repertoire that you want to play, right? So we've got one open slot there, but probably your minor pentatonic. For the knowledge, you're going to be exploring open tuning. That's something you should, I really encourage you to do. And then maybe a music theory, but it depends again on where your priorities lie. If you've got more theory experience already, then maybe it's not that. As I said, I'm trying to give you a bit of an outline here, but you are going to have to fill in some of this stuff and learn how to design your own practice routine around what it is that you need. For repertoire, I want you to have a go at using those chips. So find some songs where you can effectively use the chips as the second part. Really fun thing I was doing when I was learning is just playing along with any songs that I already knew, but play along with the original recording and practice adding your own chips in as well. Really, really good practice. Of course, it's always a good idea to play with somebody else if you can. So if you know somebody who's on their own guitar journey and you'd be able to get them playing some chords while you practice the chips, that's the most effective way of doing pretty much anything, is with another musician. The other part of repertoire I would suggest is revision and or checking out how to use an open tuning to play a 12-bar blues, like an open G kind of a situation. Just because there are so many songs that use a 12-bar blues form, if you can do it in open tuning, it's really, really good fun. Can kind of branch you off into looking at slide guitar as well. If you wanted to get into slide guitar later on, you'd probably find that fun. For the time slots, the 2-minute sections there, I'd recommend that you spend one of them exploring your solo blues arrangement. Okay, so learning to keep yourself in time while you're moving from a rhythm to a lead part and back again is a very, very good skill. It'll help you with your regular rhythm as well. So even if solo blues you don't feel is your bag, something that you'd like to pursue as a serious goal, I'd still recommend spending a bit of time on that. Okay, really, really good for your overall musicianship to have a go at doing that one. And in the second slot, I keep mentioning it every week, it's just playing along with great songs with great groove. Just practicing, even with the muted strums, and just really trying to get that feel, incorporate the groove and the feel, the time feel. Okay, it's such an important part that a lot of people overlook, and literally just strumming along like this with records that you really like. You'll suck in the groove doing that. Yeah, it really, really works. It's definitely worth doing. If you're into transcribing, which I'm hoping you should all be, you've got 10 minutes a day, so 60 minutes once a week, to be doing your transcribing of open chords, okay? Don't just stick to the ones that I've suggested. Do those, and if you've got extra time, do some more. The more transcribing you do, the better you're going to get at it. There shouldn't be like, oh, I've done those ones, I don't need to do it anymore. Just keep going. Hit as much transcribing as you possibly can. It's really effective. For those that are working on the improvisation, you've got a 10-minute slot for that as well, so just experimenting with your licks. You might want to use your solo blues arrangement and see if you can use some different licks in the lead guitar part. That would be a really good way of incorporating your kind of improvising if you've got some blues licks that you're working into that. If you haven't got some extracurricular study on blues licks, then that's probably ain't going to work out too well for you there. So you might be wanting to work on your major scale, or there's lots of different areas of improvising that we've touched on so far. It's something that I find some people really take to, and other people are like, nah, it's not for me yet. It's okay. You can revisit it later. It is a good idea. The sooner you start on it, the sooner you'll get better at it. So I'd recommend that you do it if you've got the inspiration to be getting into that. Really hope you enjoy this session. Remember, give it a good go before you move on. Okay, much better to get all of this stuff like comfortable, you're cool with it, you understand it all properly, you feel ready to move on. Don't just be in a hurry. Okay, there's no extra badge for being in the next grade up, right? You're much better off having these skill sets down. Be really confident using it all. Be hip like, oh yeah, I know drop D. Yeah, I'll just do this, chunk, and you're there. You know it, and you know how the grips work. That's much better than like, oh yeah, I did do that once, and I can't. Oh, what is it? And then having to look it up or whatever. Get it all in here. Spend the time. Okay, simple things well. Really, really good idea. Anyway, wishing you a fantastic couple of weeks of practice, and I'll see you for plenty more in Module 19.